Today at Beth's Keto Kitchen, I'm taking my sister-in-law's taco lasagna recipe and keto-fying it. And let me tell you, this turned out delicious. So join me, let's get cooking. These are the simple ingredients that we'll be using. So let's start with a homemade taco seasoning recipe, and these are all the spices that we'll be using. I will be sure and list the recipe in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started with 1 pound of ground beef, and I'm just going to put that in my skillet and brown it up. To that, I'm adding a 1/2 cup of green pepper and a 1/2 cup of onion. So after the meat is browned, you'll want to drain the grease off of the meat. Then return to the burner. All right, so now I'm going to add the taco seasoning that we made. 2/3 of a cup of water. And we'll bring that to a boil. And I'm also going to add 1 can of the Rotel tomatoes with the green chilies, and I did drain it. And add the whole can. And her recipe calls for black beans. I'm using the organic black soybeans. So those are 5 net carbs per 1/2 cup. I am going to use a can in this recipe. So basically that would be 15 carbs for the whole can, or for the whole recipe. So we're going to put those in there. I did drain those. Now you would not have to use the beans. I added the beans because I wanted to stay somewhat true to her recipe and still give you a keto alternative. So I figured that that was a good option. All right, so I've let this cook for about 2 minutes. Just going to turn that off. Whoops. And then we'll just go ahead and set this aside, and we'll get ready for layering up our lasagna. So let's put that over here. Okay, so the original recipe calls for flour tortillas. So I have the Egglife egg white wraps. Aldi now carries these. I also get those at my local grocery store. Those have 0 carbs, 25 calories per wrap, and all they are is just egg whites, xanthan gum. So we're going to use these, and we'll start layering. I've sprayed with olive oil spray, and I'm just going to layer 2 of these that I sliced into strips on the bottom. And if it might take a little bit more, I might have to do 3, but we'll start layering. So I'm using a total of 8 wraps cut into strips. So we're layering half of the meat mixture on there, and then add 1.5 cups of cheese. I'm doing a mixture of Mexican blend and cheddar. Now we'll add another layer of the wrap strips. And the remaining half of the meat mixture spread around on top and cover with another 1.5 cups of cheese. And our final layer will be the additional wrap strips plus cheese on top. We'll cover with foil and bake at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Then uncover and bake an additional 15 minutes until the cheese is bubbly. Oh my gosh, you guys, this smells so good. Oh, it looks yummy. I think I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to send my sister-in-law and tell her thank you for the original recipe, but I made it even better. What do you guys think? Yum. As always, you guys, if you're enjoying these recipes, please go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you're aware each time I upload a new recipe. And of course, I will list the complete recipe in the description box below. Let's let this cool for about 5 to 10 minutes, then we'll slice it and we will serve with some taco fixings. So cut your lasagna into 8 servings. And I just wanted to note, you guys, for the beans, that's 2 carbs per serving. 2 net carbs per serving of those beans. It looks yummy. So let's get all the taco fixings on. Let's do a little bit of lettuce and a little bit of tomato and some onions, and I also have some avocado. Let's do a dollop of sour cream. We'll sprinkle a few chives on top of that. And maybe a little bit of taco sauce too. There we go. How does that look, you guys? Keto-fied Mexican taco lasagna. That looks delicious. I'm looking forward to eating dinner, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great evening.